analysis, to the chemical for doing the chemical analysis or for finding the chemical composition of the materials. So this characterization studies will give information or will give the details regarding the chemical composition of the materials in the prepared material. Okay, and based on the mode of operation, the microscopes were classified into different categories. So one is based on the optical mode. So if it is operated by using the normal light, so then it is called as the light or optical microscope. And the another one is said to be as the electron microscope. So in electron microscope, the electrons are used for capturing the images of the inside surface of the samples. And the mode of operation is by use of the electrons, so that it is called as the electron microscopes. So under that, you know that the scanning electron microscope and the transition electron microscope. So these two microscopes which comes under that is electron microscope. So now today we will discuss what is optical microscope, and also what is the electron microscope and how it is working and for which applications. So these two microscopes were employed. So that we will discuss today. And only 32 students are in the class. So wait pannanuma. So wait pannanuna. So I will tell you some general things, or we will start. So three class representatives, you tell me. So whether we have to wait or we will start the presentation. Jagannathan. First Jagannathan.
Sir.
So wait pannanuma illa nama start pannikalama?
Start பண்றதா பண்ணிடலாம் சார். இந்த கிளாஸ்ல 4-5 பேர் கிட்ட ஓடி சார்.
ஓடி எங்க போயிருக்காங்க டுடே?
Breaks India சார்.
Breaks India. Okay, fine. So B section, Kishore. Kishore, are you there, Kishore? Okay, Vasant.
சார் ஸ்டார்ட் குரூப்ல மெசேஜ் பண்ணிருக்கேன் சார்.
ஓகே, பசங்க வருவாங்களா இல்ல ஏதாவது ஓடி இருக்கா பசங்களுக்கு?
ஒரு இடத்துல தான் சார் ஓடி.
ஓகே, ஸோ ஏன்னா நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் கொஞ்சம் ஜாயின் பண்ணுறது கஷ்டம். ஓகே ஓகே, ஸோ ஐ வில் ஸ்டார்ட் தி ப்ரெசன்டேஷன். Okay, so slides visible? So may I know the slides are visible or not? Slides visible?
Visible, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so see here. So in your syllabus, the first topic is optical microscope. So you know that the microscope is an instrument or a device which used to see small elements or particles which is not visible to our naked eyes. Am I right? So only for those reasons, so these microscopes were used, so which is not visible to our naked eyes, and to enlarge the small parts. So for that, these microscopes were used. So based on the mode by which it is operated, so with respect to that, it is classified into different categories. So the in that, the first one is optical microscope. So we will see one by one. So first we will discuss what is optical microscope, and for which kind of applications. So this optical microscope is used. So the optical microscope is also known as a light microscope. So from the name itself, you can able to know, or you can able to imagine. So that the light microscope means it works on the concept of what using the light sources. The microscope is operated for capturing or for seeing the tiny particles or molecules of an atom. So it is a type of a microscope which uses visible light and a system of lenses to magnify the images of small samples. Are you clear? The mode of operation is by using the visible light, and and also it has what the lenses to magnify the images. Images of what small components or small that is what molecules or atoms, anything. So the optical microscopes are the oldest design of a microscope and were possibly designed in the 17th century. So you know that the microscopes were used in the ancient periods, and in that the optical microscope is older one, and it is used in what the ancient, that is what old period, that is what during the 17th century. And the basic optical microscope is what very simple, and now the microscopes were the optical microscopes are made with some good designs, and it is incorporated with monitors for seeing the images and also for enhancing the quality of image. That means the improvement in resolution of the captured images. So now the microscope is of what that is what well established, and the quality of image taken by the microscopes is of what good resolution, and it is due to what some advance in technologies like that is the machine vision system, that is a segregation of image, data analysis, and image processing. So those kind of technologies were incorporated in the advanced optical microscopes, so for enhancing the quality of the image capture. And you know that the optical microscope is worked with the help of visible light, and the samples may be directly observed by the eye. So since the light source is used, so thereby we can see the samples, since it is magnified by using the lenses, so that it is visible to the observer to see the image of the sample. The optical and the micrograph. Micrograph is nothing but the image. Image is otherwise called as the micrograph. Originally the images were captured by the photographic film. So in that is what in olden days, where in 17th century, the images were captured in a photographic film. So the photographic film you have already studied in what non-destructive testing of that is what non-destructive testing method, and in radiographic testing, the photographic techniques were used for capturing the images. So the similar concept were used here, but instead of the electrons or the radiation sources were used, but instead of that here the light sources, the visible light source is used for capturing the image in a photographic film. So in the modern developments, so the thing what I explained to you earlier, that is what the modern developments in the optical microscope, or it has what charger coupled devices for capturing the images, and that is what for enhancing the quality of the image. So these CCDs were used for capturing the image. And the digital microscopes are now available, which use CCD cameras to examine a sample, showing the resulting image directly on a computer screen without the need for eyepieces. So this is the advanced in the optical microscope. So where we can see the image of a sample directly in your monitor, that is what in a monitor, so without the need for eyepiece. So in olden days, you know that in labs, what the user, what he is doing is he is placing the blood sample. You just take a blood sample. They are placing it on the glass, and they are placing below the light source. and after that they are weaving the molecules of the blood through the eyepiece. So it is the olden device is having this setup like that. So now with the advanced optical microscope, so where we place the that is what sample means. So directly we can see the image in a computer screen. So that is the development of optical microscope in now. So this is the optical microscope, the picture. So it has the computer screen, so where we can see the image. So in a modern microscope, the mercury bulb for fluorescent microscopy. So the light sources were enhanced by using this mercury bulb. So see, this is the advanced optical microscope. So the bottom of, the top of the optical microscope is having a box-like structure. So that is a sensor which captures the images and it gives the information to the monitor for showing the images. So in a previous, that is what in the olden part, that part is having what the eyepiece. So through the eyepiece we are taking, we are visualizing or we are seeing the samples, and after that it has the another setup for capturing the image through photographic film. So how the optical microscopes work. So it consists of two major there is basic functions. One is magnified image of a specimen, and another one is what illuminating a specimen. So first one is what we need to magnify the image of the specimen or the samples what we are using. So that function is the major function which the optical microscope has to do. And the next one is what illuminating a specimen. So without the illuminating a specimen, it is not possible to see the image. So that the illumination is needed. So for magnifying the image of a specimen, what are the things to be do? Or it consists of three basic functions. One is obtaining a clear and a sharp image. Another one is what changing a magnification and bringing into focus. So these are the three processes so which we have to do while magnifying the image of a specimen. One is what the main thing why we are magnifying the image is to get a clear and a sharp image. So some of the places where the defects, so which is not, if it is not clear to us means we need to what magnify. So thereby we can see some of the minute or micro sizes defects present in the sample. So next one is changing a magnification. So you know that 500x, 100x, 200x. So this is an example of magnification. The scale is there. So once you set the scale to what to our requirement, so the image is what magnified. So that is what the magnification facility is available in the optical microscope. So if you see that is what the optical microscope images or SIM images. So bottom they show the that is what the magnification scale. So what is the magnification scale they used for scanning the image? That is clearly indicated in the image. So thereby we know that so the magnification scale used is this data. So that is used for the capturing the image. So magnification it depends on the size of the material. So if it is the material what we are added is in the form of nano means we need go for what a nano scale for the magnification. And there is what if it is very small means we need to enlarge the scale 1000x, 100x, 500x. Okay. Then an optical system for implementing this